Hey everyone, it's Kathy.
And Paul here with iDulting.
We're here to help you navigate the crazy world of adulting.
Because let's be real, it's a wild ride. We'll be dropping tips, sharing stories,
And maybe even spilling some embarrassing secrets along the way.
so get comfortable, grab your favorite drink, get ready to laugh, learn, and level up your adulting game. This is iDulting. Don't forget to like, follow, and or subscribe, and share this podcast. Head over to iDulting.com for more information and to submit questions for us about iDulting.
And maybe even pick up some of our new merchandise. And if you know any fellow adults who need some guidance, send them our way.
And feel free to share this podcast freely out there. We'd like to get our numbers up. Welcome back to iDulting, the podcast to help adulting life be just a little bit easier, maybe a little more fun. On today's episode, we're going to talk about when do you know you're doing the right thing? We're going to give some tips and tricks for answering the question, am I doing the right thing? There's some trusted ways, some rationale, some feelings, some framework to help you assess.
And I think a lot of times if you think, am I doing the right thing? You pretty much know your answer already.
This is a difficult topic. I don't want to say difficult. This is a values-based topic, so the answers are different kind of for each person.
If I feel I'm doing the right thing, you may not agree. You might feel like I'm doing the wrong thing, but it's kind of a personal thing. So I guess first you have to recognize if you're having an ethical dilemma.
Right. You want to notice the choice you're about to make pit values or principles against each other, such as fairness versus loyalty or short-term gain versus long-term impact. Identifying that ethical tension is the first step in starting to figure out, am I doing the right thing?
There are some frameworks you can lean on that kind of help you clarify, put thoughts in your head in a little better order. One is the Potter box. By using this, you analyze your facts, clarify your values, apply ethical principles, and determine where your loyalties lie.
And one I like is the dual process theory. It combines fast gut reactions or responses with slow, rational thought for balanced decision making.
To figure this out, you're going to ask yourself some key questions. Like, does it follow laws, policies, and professional norms? Or do those things just allow you to do something that's questionable?
Right, like it clearly could be legal and okay by policy, but is it really the best time to do it? A good example would be public safety professionals standing outside a disaster zone, smiling and laughing in front of non-public safety people. They're not breaking any laws, they're not breaking any policies, but just doesn't look right and sometimes leads to complaints.
Does it smell bad? Essentially meaning your gut feeling, does it feel wrong? Even if it's legal, does it seem wrong?
Can I document, explain, and justify my actions? And what that means is, are they legitimate documentation, or are we starting a memo here with, you see what happened was? Because if you're going the latter route, chances are pretty good you're trying to cover up for something, and it may not have been the right thing.
And honestly, most people can document, explain, and justify their actions. Doesn't mean that they're right. So essentially, someone cuts you off and you can document it. You have a dash cam. You can explain why it got you upset. And you stop your car, you go over and break their car window. You can justify it by saying, well, I was mad. I just reacted. But it doesn't make it right.
How about this? Would you be comfortable if it appears on the front page of the paper tomorrow? Used to be a big deal because everyone got papers, but think about it. If it was on your newsfeed, the top of your newsfeed, or if it was the first story to show up on your Instagram, would it be something you're okay with?
Because if not, it's probably something you shouldn't be doing.
Next up, consider the consequences of whatever it is you're thinking about. Think beyond immediate impact. Look at short, midterm, and long-term outcomes, including the ripple effect on others and what could happen to them. Consult respected voices. Talk over what you're trying to decide with people you trust, work colleagues, friend, colleagues, mentors, advisors, and be warned if it feels awkward sharing it. That could be a big red flag. If it's something that needs to stay in the dark or you're ashamed to talk about, that could be a red flag that whatever it is not the right thing.
Now remember that you won't feel comfortable speaking to everyone on this list the same way, but if you can't talk to anyone on the list about it, it's probably a bad idea.
Listen to your gut. Tune into your inner signals. Feelings can inform you, but they don't necessarily have to decide for you. A sense of unease could mean you're overlooking something. Something might need to be changed in it, or maybe it's just wrong. Inner peace, for example, might indicate that this isn't in alignment with your values.
There have been a lot of times where I didn't want to do something, but I did because when I thought about it, my inner self said it's the right thing to do.
Reflect on it afterwards. You've made the decision. You can learn from it. Every day you should be kind of reflecting on your day and learning from it. Did whatever it was work out as intended? Did you learn something from it? What would you do differently next time?
Why this matters. Consistently using these steps helps you build integrity, trust, and good judgment. As Rob Chestnut, Airbnb's former ethics head, said, integrity and adherence to principles are essential for long-term success.
So what's the TLDR? You know you're doing the right thing when you've identified the dilemma, weighed in on all angles, laws, norms, values, and outcomes, checked your instincts. Does it pass the smell test? What's the gut feeling? Reflected with trusted others and evaluated the results and what you've learned. It's not magic, just a disciplined, value-backed approach to making better decisions consistently. When life throws curveballs, responding is generally more effective and empowering than reacting. So here's what that means and why it matters.
Reacting versus responding, what's the difference?
Reacting is a fast and automatic. It's often emotional, instinctual, and based on immediate discomfort or threat. It bypasses your rational brain and may lead to regretful outcomes. Responding, in contrast, is grounded in conscious choice. It involves pausing, aligning with your values, and considering your goals and emotions before acting.
Now, the benefits of responding thoughtfully. You get one, a greater emotional control and resilience. You move from feeling emotionally hijacked to choosing how you handle emotions. It helps reduce stress and builds your inner stability.
It leads to clearer communications and relationships. Responses are respectful, promote empathy, and usually diffuse tension versus reactions that escalate conflict and damage trust.
It helps you make better decisions. You're able to step back, weigh your options, consider long-term consequences, and act in alignment with your values, not in urgency.
Response generally has a faster recovery from stress. Responding signals safety to your nervous system. It helps you calm down sooner and avoid prolonged aftershocks of reactive stress.
It helps build self-trust and confidence. Deliberate responses reinforce your ability to handle hard emotions with composure and integrity. Every pause strengthens that muscle.
And sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes, reacting can also be helpful. Reactions are natural human responses. Sometimes they give immediate protection or relief. They can be useful when fast action is required and there's no time to reflect. But when over-relied on, reactions bring unresolved stress and relationship friction. I just want to say, I learned professionally my whole career to react to things. I carried that in an out-of-balanced way into the rest of my life. On the fire scene or on a medical scene, we have to make very rapid decisions with incomplete data sets, and it's expected because we have that type of criticality.
Well, and because you don't know what's coming at you, so you have to have a quick reaction and a quick response.
Without tooting my own horn, I think I got pretty decent at it. The challenge was I carried reaction over into where I should have been responding. And it took me a long time to figure that out. So, how do we shift from reacting to responding?
Here's some practical steps supported by research and mindfulness approaches. The first one is pause and breathe. Create space between stimulus and action. Even a few breaths can slow down your nervous system and help you choose instead of charge.
Label your emotions. That was another challenge for me. Turns out they're not all anger. If you're able to identify what you're feeling, it's going to help you clarify what's happening and then gives you the distance you need from reflexive reactions.
Check intentions. Ask, what outcome do I want? This question shifts you from the emotional intensity of a reaction to the mindful purpose of a response.
Empathize. Consider what others involved might feel or what they need in this situation. Responses grounded in empathy foster connection rather than conflict.
Reflect on values. Use your frameworks like ACT, acceptance, and commitment therapy to align actions with long-term values instead of immediate emotional impulses.
Build a daily practice. Use mindfulness techniques, journaling, or role-playing to rehearse responding. Teeny habits compound over time.
So which is better? Do you think that reacting is better or responding is better?
I think it's situationally based, and a reaction is a fast, emotional, instinctual thing. Reaction is the brain's telling your body there could be danger and I need to react to it, and I need to get away from the saber-toothed tiger. That's useful when there's saber-toothed tigers or when there's a fire or when there's someone hurt. But responding, by contrast, is deliberate, mindful, and value aligned. Most daily challenges, conflict, and decisions are where that's useful. So when I'm on the emergency scene taking care of a person, a lot of it's reaction. When I'm at home and we're deciding where family vacation should be or where we should go for dinner, responding would be more appropriate.
So responding is usually better. It offers you control, clarity, emotional balance, and stronger relationships. Reacting may be useful in an emergency, but relying on it often leads to negative consequences.
So a real life example might be you've received harsh feedback at work. A reaction would be you feel hurt and immediately send a defensive reply, which never goes well. Or you could respond. You pause, acknowledge, this sucks, reflect on your professional values, and reply later with curiosity and open-mindedness.
And maybe put into your own thought that if I accept some of this feedback, I'll be better at the job that I should be doing.
So what we're saying is you always want to try to do the right thing. And to do that, you need to stop reacting completely to things and start building a habit of responding thoughtfully. But that takes practice. Over time, cultivating responsiveness instead of automatic reaction builds emotional intelligence, trust, and clarity in your life.
So just want to let you guys know that we are partnering with Dubby Energy Drinks. And if you are a person who drinks Dubby or interested in drinking Dubby, if you go to www.dubby.gg and order Dubby, and in your discount code, type iDulting10, you'll get 10% off your purchase. Just remember, you've got this, iDults. Keep your head up, your spirits high, and keep adulting with us. Go forth and conquer the world, or at least your to-do list.
And don't forget to like, follow, and or subscribe. Tell your friends, share the podcast, and head over to iDulting.com for more information and to connect with us. See you on the next episode. Be safe.